Hey guys, it's Wendy, aka Kitty Street. Welcome back to another fun TEMU haul. And I am drinking my water. I'm trying to get my water in. I'm getting closer and closer to thinking about where I'm going on vacation. And I'm just glad you guys are hanging out with me today. And I hope everybody is doing fantastic. And we're going to get into the TEMU bag. Now, I do have this big TEMU bag right here that came in a white bag, no TEMU markings on it. Still have to put together my themes that I want to do because I have a really good video that I can't wait to do. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do it either next week or the following week. It just depends. But in the meantime, I wanted to start doing my Halloween kind of, ordering off of TEMU. I don't know if you guys have certain time frames that you start doing stuff. I know in the YouTube universe, you do need to start off doing seasons a little bit ahead of time because it's already pretty much gone by the time the month actually happens. Like when October finally rolls around, we'll be talking about Christmas. You know how it works. The minute that the clock strikes midnight, and I'll say on November 1st or 12 a.m. on November 1st, because sometimes it does go into the weekend, people are going to be screaming from the rooftops, Christmas, 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 Christmas. But anyway, on this video, and this is just basically a fun video, these are some items that I purchased from me, and I was on the search for them, and I thought that I got them in some pretty good deals, and we're going to get into the bag. So like, share, comment, and thank you again for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. It's your precious time. This is a little bit of variety. There's some here, things that I really, really want for just myself. I think this entire bag was just for myself. I don't think there's not one gift in here. Oh, no. I take that back. There is one gift, and I am just going to tell you that I forgot to bring the other one because there's actually two gifts. Supposedly, I forgot to pick it up, but it's the same thing, so I'll just tell you about that there, so I'm not really worried about that. But for the most part, this was taking me back to the 80s. And now I was going to wear my Take Me Back to the 80s t-shirt, but guys, I'm going to do a whole video on 80s stuff. I just feel like I'm going to do that, and I'm probably going to do that, closer around my birthday time in November, because I can. So I didn't wear my Take Me Back to the 80s, or I'm an 80s girl t-shirt that I got for TEMU, because it's hot. It's hot still here in Georgia, and I am ready, though. I'm ready for some beachy stuff, some vacationing, which is coming. So stay tuned for that. All right, I'm going to start off just pulling this right out of the bag because it's the first one. I think I put them in order. Yes, I did. So we're going to talk about the 80s, but we're going to talk about the things in the 80s that was like Halloween stuff, like, the horror, the classics, the classic horrors, not the things that are out up today that, when I watch some of the stuff, I'm like, where did that even come from? I mean, literally, I watched a movie, and don't ask me what the name of it was because I would not refer this to anyone, but it was on, Paramount, was it? I don't even remember the name, but it was a smart house, and some people had rented it like a Airbnb kind of situation, and the smart house was killing them all. And I thought, but I do like that 13 Ghosts movie. That's pretty creepy, and I can only watch it in the early morning hours. But that used to be my go-to thing back in the day when I wasn't so scary. But now I'm very tame. So I'm just talking about some classic stuff, and I had to kind of cut it off with about 3 of them. But I do have some little other things I'll show you as I get into the video. But let's go into this. I'm digressing. So this is for me, and I had to find this in the men's department because I could never find one. I mean, I know sometimes the men's is actually the women's with TEMU as well, but I was on the hunt down for this particular one right here. Now, I'm going to talk about the hoodie first because it is nice, and I did try this on. It's snug, and I mean, if I was to lose, 5, 10, 15 pounds, this would work out really good. It's got some great stitching, and I think it does have the pockets here in the middle. Yeah, it has the little pocket here for you to put your hands in, which I sometimes like this. Now, I used to work at Amazon Fulfillment Center a long time ago. What a job. What a job. And I had to walk, and you could not carry in anything. That was when we still had to wear masks. Oh my gosh, it was really hard, really bad time for me. But I used to would wear this in, and I would put my keys and some little wallet thing in our little badge. So I kind of like these for that part of it, but I don't have to have them. But let's talk about why I'm getting this hoodie, and it's for this right here. And I'm gonna let you look at it for a second. Let me make sure it's in the film, in the camera. Who knows what this represents? Okay. This says Camp Crystal Lake, and it's the summer of 1980. So this movie, I don't even know when it came out. I have no clue. I don't know. But I'm not even going to say in this time. I want to see how many people know it. And maybe when I come back, because I'm going to have some more horror classic stuff, I'm sure. But this one I wanted because I always wanted this one. And I'm actually trying to see about getting the Camp Counselor. But this one just says Camp Crystal Lake, summer of the 1980s. It's got a green thing. And I picked it in black. They had them in a royal blue, a brown, and I think a gray. This is a men's XXL. And it does fit, but it's a little weird. Okay, yes, 100% polyester. It's the XXL and the men's. At least it said men's. And it's just saying wash and gentle cycles. I kind of like it, and I am going to probably hold on to it because I just love this little thing. Camp Crystal Lake, summer of the 1980s. So what was going on in the 1980s? I don't know. There was just so many different, and there's so many different things like on Netflix that are going back to the 1980s or the 1980s, 70s, 80s, I guess it is, or later 70s, early 80s into almost the early 90s. And that was one of the other things that I was looking for a t-shirt on was Stranger Things. And I do have something in the bag here I'm going to show you, but it's not clothing. Because the Stranger Things, because it's a very popular show and it's currently recent, most of their items were really overpriced to me, at least what I wanted to pay. Oh yeah, let me tell you what I paid for this before I wrap it up and go to the next thing. I picked this one out, and I was trying to keep, everything I was trying to keep it under $10, but this one wasn't under $10. It was actually $11.09 at the time that I purchased it. I will put the links in the description box, of course, you know how I roll, but this was $11.09. So I went ahead and got it because I couldn't, literally most of these hoodies like this, and I do throw on hoodies when I go out shopping in the wintertime because I'll have like a little, like some kind of short sleeve or a thin shirt underneath this, so if I get hot I can throw it off, and if I'm stuck out in the cold I'll have something to keep me warm. I've always been that kind of person, forever and ever and ever, so I do like these kind of things. It's not for everybody, but I do still love to wear them, and I really like them to be a little bit oversized, and I think that's what's the hang up with this one, because it's like really tight on me. And the only reason why I say that is because I bought 2 Harry Potter nice hoodies from Kohl's. I ordered it offline, and they were men's too, and they were the largest I could get in the men's, and because I think they were XXL as well. They, to this day, I still have them because they're gorgeous hoodies, and I will never get rid of them because someday I'm going to fit in them, or I'm going to make them into pillows or something. They are gorgeous. One's a maroon and one's like a black with all the houses on it. I digress, but I'll probably figure this out, and I'm going to keep this. I just hope I can get it to kind of stretch out a little bit and be a little bit more looser, and of course after you wash it and wear it a couple times it will. But comment and let me know if you know what Camp Crystal Lake, what movie that's from, because I'm not going to tell you right here. I might put it towards the end, and I might not. And $11 for a hoodie, nah, it's good. And I bet if I showed this to my son, he'd probably be like, I want that. But he's got almost down. I think he's like a small. He's like an extra small now. My son, when he was a young kid, and I don't think he would get upset for me saying this, but when he was always a small baby until all through elementary school. But when he got to puberty and middle school, he just blew up like a balloon. And I know it bothered him because it bothered me. But he got real chubby, and it was not a good period of time for him. And I always worried about his weight. And even into his adult life, he carried it on in his early 20s. About when he got about mid-20s, because he's like 29 now, so I think he'll be almost 30 soon. In his mid-20s, he just started to, I don't know, change his diet. He moved out from here because I babied him, I spoiled him, I cooked for him all the time. So if you got grown folks living in your house, maybe you need to push them out a little bit, and maybe they'll get healthier and survive, because my son is doing better than I could ever imagine. If he was still living with me, I don't know, I coddled him too much and I didn't push him, and I told him, I said, you need to adventure, you need to get out and do your own thing. You're always welcome back for a short period of time, but you gotta go. So yeah, I don't know what, I may edit that part, but if you got kids living with you, it's a wonderful feeling, and sometimes it's not. I'll leave it at that. Okay, so that was the iconic thing of the 1980s. And then another show, which is the Stranger Things, which I was talking about, I said it wasn't clothing, and I lied. I have two things with Stranger Things. I forgot that this one was. So I started binge watching I think there's 4 seasons of Stranger Things, and if I'm not mistaken, the 5th season, is it 4 or 3? I don't even know, guys. Don't hold me to it. I had watched it, way back when, and then I rewatched it like probably July, end of May, end of June, 1st of July. I watched the whole series on Netflix because I know there's one more coming, I hope. At least my fingers are crossed. And so I got this next one. And of course, if you don't know what Stranger Things is, that's a little show. It's a little mystery kind of quirky show that's set back in the 80s time frame. And one of the places that Stranger Things, or the place Stranger Things is filmed in, the town is called Hawkinsville. Only on my videos, guys. Now, I wanted this t-shirt so bad. And it's Hawkins Middle School. What did that say? Hawkins, Indiana, 1983. Okay. Now, I don't want to tell something myself, but I was in high school, middle school, and all that stuff around the 80s. And, well, the 80s, because I graduated in mid-80s. So, yeah. So, these were kind of things that just were, they look like what I would have worn or somebody would have been wearing, but mostly the guys, because this was also another item that I got in the men's department. But, yes, Hawkins Middle School, Hawkins, Indiana, 1983, and this one is a XXL, and it's just, I think it's by that same company. Yeah, the same one. Yeah, that News, is that what I'm saying? News. Yeah, and I love this color, but I really did not want this color, and this one is wonderful, but it would have to be snowing outside for me to wear it because it is so hot. I put it on for 5 minutes, and it is really well made. I mean, it's got wonderful stitching. I love this color, and I'm gonna hang on to it. I mean, it fits really good, but it's hot, so I had to take it off. So I'll probably appreciate this in the dead middle of the summer. Guys, this was $9.49. So I had to get something that represented another favorite, like, it's not really a horror classic, but it's got some strange things going in it for sure, hence the name, Stranger Things. If you haven't seen it, it's not for everybody, but it makes you think, don't it? It really does. It's got the upside down in there and some other little phrases, let's say, like friends don't lie, and, I love it. All right, so Hawkins, 1983. So I got this for me, and I will be wearing this at some point. You'll probably see it in a video come, like January, February, when it's probably the coldest here in Georgia. And then it gets back warm again. But I had to have it. It was nice. And it was under $10. Go figure. A sweatshirt with one of my favorite shows on it. Under 10 bucks is uncalled for. Guys, comment and let me know what your favorite 80s shows are, because there are so many of them. I mean, I had to go back and look at the ones that I really wanted, and I couldn't, I looked and searched. I'm not going to say them all here because I'm going to keep doing it closer and closer to the Halloween season. I'm going to try to find a couple of my favorite ones. A lot of them are from the Stephen King era, so you can kind of get an idea of the ones I was looking for, and they didn't have much to pick from, or they were outrageous price. There had been this one shirt that said something about I'm a Stephen King character like that, but they never had the V-neck, and I don't think I could ever find it in a plus size. And I just decided, I'm not going to get that, and I haven't seen it back again. I guess if I went to go search it, it would be there. Of course, the whole bag, if you missed that, I don't know if I edited it or not, the whole bag just flipped over. And I have a lot of big items in here, so this is, crazy. I guess it's just so heavy and weighty. But yeah, I was looking and searching for 1980 kind of classics, because they just are not, movies are not made like they were back then. Those are just stuff, those are my go-to movies. I used to do this, and I said this before in my videos, that I would start like on October 1st to the end of October, and I would watch some of the scariest movies. Back in the day, they were the scariest ones I could find. Now it's like Haunted Mansion, the new one and the old one with Eddie Murphy. It might be Hocus Pocus. It might be Halloween Town. But yeah, there's Friday the 13th. There's, the Halloween movies. And then you have, I wasn't a big Freddy. I've never been a big Freddy person. But those kind of movies, they're still scary. But I'll kind of touch on them when I'm in the mood. But yeah, tell me if you're like that too. But now I've actually been kind of just watching Halloween stuff all throughout the time. Like I watched Poltergeist the other day. I watched, what was that movie that I watched? Oh, it's called Hubie Halloween. And I'm not the biggest Adam Sandler fan, but that movie, it's terrible, but it's funny all together. And I've been watching kind of silly kind of Halloween stuff, and it's August going into September, right? I don't know. But yeah, but come October 1st, I will be watching me some Halloween shows. Comment, let me know if you're the same. Okay, I think this is the last item as far as clothing that has anything to do with the iconic horror things of the 80s. And this was another one of my favorites. One of my favorite movies. And I don't even know if you want to call this a horror movie. I don't even know. Comment, let me know if this one would be considered a horror movie. Now, that first one was a hoodie. The second one was like a sweatshirt with that real heavy-duty filling inside there. What do you call that? That fleece. This one is also a hoodie. It also has the fleece. The first one didn't have fleece. The Camp Crystal Lake, it was just kind of like a dry weave. This is another one that has that doggone fleece, and it's huge. I mean, when I say huge, it's hot. I don't know why I said huge. It's hot. Good stitching. And it has the little pocket here. And I really wanted to love this one, but this one was actually too small. I mean, literally, if it was hot and it was too small, which go figure. And if it's by the same people, I'm gonna be like, what? I think this is a different, it has a different name, but let me show you what the name of it is, and tell me, guys, if you watched this movie like 50 times over, because I have. The Goonies. Okay. And this one was 1985. Okay. And it just says The Goonies, and it says, never say, well, I can't read upside down. Let me see what it says. I should know this. I picked out The Goonies, established in 1985. Never Say Die. Oh yeah, Never Say Die, and Astoria, Oregon. So these places are in different parts of America, right? So you got Oregon, you got Indiana. Let me know if you guys know where Camp Crystal Lake is. This might just be a whole trivia of horror classics. Put in there where the city or state, excuse me, of Camp Crystal Lake is. I might put this at the very end of the video, yeah, guys. But that's one of my favorite movies ever. And it turned into a mega hit, and there's thousands of different spinoffs. But The Goonies, guys, The Goonies was something I watched, and it just tugged at my heartstrings. I love the characters in it. I love the storyline. I don't really think it's like a horror movie, but it's just a good 80s movie, I'm telling you. The other one, I'll just tell you, one of the ones that I was looking for was The Burbs with Corey Feldman. It had some other characters in there that I don't, older ones, and I'm not going to mention their names, but Corey Feldman was in it. I also was looking with The Lost Boys, because that was another one that I just loved and I watched over and over again. And I might come up with some more things, but I don't need a bunch of sweatshirts and a bunch of hoodies, so I'll probably get other things in them. But I just thought they were iconic. The Goonies one is probably going to have to go back unless I can find someone to gift this to. But I didn't pay much for it, guys. I told you I was trying to keep everything under $10. This was $10.43. So this is a great deal on a hoodie with this iconic thing. If it was just a tad little bigger, and I may change my mind about it because I love it. And I picked it in black because I wear black more than anything. But it is super hot and it's super tight on me. And I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. And, The Goonies is not for everybody either, but I loved it. I watched it at least 3 or 4 times when it came out. And if I see it on one of the stations and I'm flipping through the channels, I might not watch the whole thing, but I'll start to watch some of it, and it just brings back memories of my childhood, of those days, and I love it. I mean, I know everybody has their special times in their life, but I guess the mid-'80s, the early 80s to the mid-'80s was probably just the highlight of just memories right now for me. Right now, anyway. It might change tomorrow, but oh yeah. So I'm going to put them down there because they're so heavy and big. They're taking up my table space. So yeah, I got, for under $35, I've got 3 wonderful hoodies. I actually got one, if you didn't check out my video from last week, I got a gift that said Beetlejuice 3 times on the back of it. It was a rose red. I actually think I want to get one. I don't know if I may have to go pick me out one. You might see me in it. I don't know. I haven't got to that point yet. Maybe I'll get me like 5 or 6 hoodies and just wear them all winter. I don't know. Okay, let's get some little stuff here. Okay. What is this? Okay, okay, this is something I had put in my cart, and I wanted to go ahead and haul this. I wasn't even going to put this in this particular one, but I need these because those are those little things you put on your feet, and they're like this. They look like a little mop bottom, because no lie, and this one, I purposely got this particular one because it came in a pair. You have to be careful with TEMU. They have them like this, and you may got stuck like that too, where you had to buy two different, you know, like buy one for like $1.79 or something, but you had to get two of them because they were only one piece. Well, these came on my feed with two pieces in it. And how much did I pay for these? I don't think it was much over that. It was like $2.48 for two of them. And I just picked, I think blue was the cheapest color, because this is no lie. I don't know when the last time I've used a mop. I have a Swiffer thing that I don't like either. But normally what I do is I'll use the Swiffer piece that has the little spray thing, and I'll spray, because I have these floors that, I don't know what the name of them. They're not, oh my gosh, they're the type of wood, and it's going to come on my mind probably after this video, that if you get water on them, they buckle up or they'll start breaking apart. They're honey blonde floors, and that's one of the reasons I love that kitchen, because I always knew I was going to remodel the kitchen and kind of have it like that airy honey blonde wood and some, you know, matching colors back in the day when I first got the house. And it was gorgeous. But one day I was at work and my kids were home. My son was about 13. My daughter was about 7-ish. And I came home and literally they were on the floor in their, you know, bathing suit things. My son had his bathing suit trunks on. My daughter had a bathing suit. They had, trying to help me, trying to mop the floor right, put water from head to toe, from one end to the other, all over that floor. And they were just rolling around it. And I was just thinking to myself, and I probably did say some choice words, because I wasn't as controlled and chill like I am these days. I probably cussed them out, I'm not even going to lie, as I was so mad, because they didn't know, but I was so upset because I knew what was going to happen. And no lie, I don't know if I manifested or not, it wasn't even a week later, the pieces of the floor started pulling up. And I still have those same floors. And you know what's on them is the little placemats that, you know, you step on and they squish down, because they're supposed to be good for your standing on them. I've got like 3 or 4 of them strategically placed around my kitchen to hide the buckling. And it's still coming apart in a lot of areas. And that's on my next list after, you know, I'm doing some remodeling around my house. And I'm trying my very best to get some flooring done, but it probably won't be this year, because my goodness, I'm trying to do the outside of it because the outside was just falling apart, and our homeowner's insurance. Guys, one day I'm going to have to do another I just want to talk video. I just feel like sometimes owning a home is just too much. And it's like if you let it go, and you know, that's why I think a lot of people can't take a vacation, or they can't even buy new items, or they can't even shop on TEMU because they got to fix the water heater or the air conditioner or the siding on their house, or a pest situation, or you got to cut a tree down, or you know, something, whatever. It's always something. Which it's not that it's bothering me, because this is the time in my life that I'm ready to start doing these things, but I just didn't realize how much thought process and decision making I have to make. I think I talked about the color of my house. That was just like a nightmare to try to figure out what color I wanted to paint it. And I just went back with the original paint, because I know if I'm here another 10 years, maybe I'll have more sense to research it way before I even think about painting. And if I'm not, you know, I still love it. $2 and some change. I got these because I always, since that day, I don't put water on it because I don't want it to get any worse. And what I'll usually do is I'll have a bucket with not a bucket, I'll make up a bucket of water and put it in a little Swiffer sprayer, and I'll spray it, and I'll immediately, but normally I use towels. Like I have certain towels, I told you guys, like when my towels get old, I use them till they're done. I mean, I will use them, I usually will mop up the floor and then throw them away because they're pretty much black. But these, it's not always safe to use a towel because I've almost slipped and fell down several times. So I'm thinking these will be okay. We're going to see, but if they're good, I'm going to buy several more packs of these because I know these are going to get dirty. Because even though I mop probably, I'm not even going to lie, I try to do it every week. I'm doing good if I sweep the floor every week. It's just at that point. And I have no reason, because I don't have like traffic and stuff through my house like I used to. I don't, you know, do all that. But my mopping is usually like every other month if it's good. Okay, because if it's not looking dirty, and I'll spot mop, you know, I think everybody knows what spot mopping is. But to do a deep clean mopping, it's probably every month or two, unless I just start, you know, doing a lot of cooking and a lot of traffic's going through it, and then I see it and I have to clean it up. But I'm glad that they finally made them in a 2-pack and not just the one, trying to nitpick with me, okay? All right, let's talk about a couple of small things here. And these are also, I think the Stranger Things one is, there's another one in here somewhere. But we're going to start off with this one right here. Okay, it's a pen. And I looked for a t-shirt or a hoodie with this one first, because this is also, and I don't remember what year it was, but I'm sure it was like the late 70s, early 80s. Comment, let me know. I'm not on my game today about this because I didn't look it up. But it's the Overlook Hotel. It's I know you guys, if you know anything about the Overlook, it's something to do with Stephen King. I absolutely loved this movie. And it was, you know, I found a few little items, and I'll probably be showing them here and there. But I couldn't find a good t-shirt or hoodie with anything on it. At least not yet. And this was 60 cents. So this was my next best thing to bring up for my 80s horror classic TEMU Haul, I guess is what I'm going to call this. But yeah, 60 cents. You can't beat it. It's pretty nice made. And it's the Overlook Hotel. And they do have a couple of little things, but I had already decided to do the 3 that I picked out. And I probably will find some more stuff with this on it and just kind of put it on my pin board. That maybe one day I'll do a Temu review and show you that. I just hadn't forgotten. I just hadn't really been able to kind of organize that like I want to. But 60 cents, I love that. And then I did get several of these keychains. Now, I wasn't going to do it because I'm like, I don't need another thing just laying around. But I thought these would be cool if I do some theming in certain areas of some rooms, maybe like a bathroom or something, and I could hang this up like decor. And it was, you know, under $1. I'll tell you the price of it in a minute. I think the other one's coming in another video that I'm going to be doing hopefully really soon. I hope you guys will like. You're going to have to come back and check that one out. It's a really good one. It's over 40 items plus at this point. And that's going to be a long video. I can tell you that right now. Oh, yeah. This one is this one. And I think I probably threw this one in here because I got the t-shirt. I mean, got the hoodie. And I love the pink. They had them in different colors, but I opted for the pink. And this is Camp Crystal Lake 11. Okay, I just told where it was. New Jersey. 11 Sand Pond Road, Hardwick, New Jersey. What's all this little stuff down here? Drop it in the mailbox. We guarantee postage. Okay, I guess if you took off with this from the campground and you got home with it and you forgot about it, you can drop it in the post office. I don't know. That's pretty cool. But Camp Crystal Lake, guys, that is the cutest little thing. This was 98 cents, and sometimes you can get them even cheaper than that. And I did get a few of these, so you'll see a couple more of me hauling this, but I thought this was quirky, and I wanted it. Camp Crystal Lake, yeah, 11 Pond Road, New Jersey. So you got Indiana, you got Oregon, New Jersey, you know, yeah. I wonder what horror movies were made. Now, I know there were some TV shows made in Georgia, but I'm wondering about some horror, classic horrors in Georgia. Let me know. Was the Amityville Horror? No, that was in North too, I think. But one of the shows that I love, and I bought many things and showed it to you at this point from Temu, is The Walking Dead. That's you know, that's kind of like a horror. It's zombies. That was filmed here in Georgia, but that's a TV series. And Teen Wolf. Comment, let me know if you've ever watched Teen Wolf. And yes, I did say Teen Wolf, and I'm a grown woman, but that show was pretty doggone good. I loved it. I might go back and rewatch that one. I have a tendency to start thinking about something, and then I'll go back and just start watching it from beginning to end. That and Supernatural has been on my radar too. Supernatural, I mostly just watch that because of the eye candy. Oh my gosh, those are some great looking men on that show. And if you don't know what Supernatural is, oh my goodness, there's like 30 seasons of it. I don't know, I'm just joking. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Okay, this is something that came separate. I don't know why. And it also blew my mind. I ordered it because I'm like, oh, it's something to do with Harry Potter. And if I find something with Harry Potter that's a justifiable price, did I put the price on here? I know what it was because I remember. But I don't think I wrote it on here. Maybe I wrote it on this little piece right here. Yeah, I did. Okay, so it was a decent price, or so I thought. or maybe I thought it was a little bit more pricey, but I wanted them for my house just to put around, you know, around like the Halloween-y kind of thing. So let me tell you what they were. And I don't know why these came, you know, separate, I guess the vendor or whatever. But they're coasters. But look, look how gigantic these things are. I mean, they're massive. They're bigger than my hand. Guys, look, you can probably put like this cup and a bottle. And you still have more room for another bottle. Can I put this other bottle here? I'm going to try to do it. This is supposed to be coasters. Oh, that's heavy. But look how massive that is. So when it was $4 and some change, I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay $4 and some change for some coasters. But they had the 4 houses of Harry Potter, and I wanted them. So let's take a look at them. Okay, they shocked me. They always get me in one way or the other. And these smell really, really good. They smell like real wood. I mean, really, really, really. Okay, so let's talk about this house. This is a Ravenclaw. And it doesn't have it on the back, which is fine. But literally, I don't think I'm going to use these for coasters anymore. This will probably just go. You know, I even thought about doing like some sections around my house of just the different houses. That might be something I could do in the future. I have to think about that. And probably not this year because I've already committed to doing the Haunted Mansion and a little bit of Harry Potter, but not a lot. And this would be a lot of work to try to do in the next couple months. But Ravenclaw is one of my favorite houses as well, but it's not my house. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you can go on Pottermore and you can take a little quiz. But you do need to watch some of the Harry Potter movies or read the books before you take the quiz. And it'll tell you what house you pretty much belong to. But Ravenclaw is beautiful with those blues. Then you have Hufflepuff. And Hufflepuff is a bright yellow. And it's a, you know, a real good house. I mean, I think it's a, you know, there's some good characters from the Hufflepuff house. And again, it doesn't have anything on the back, but they all have characters, you know, the Ravenclaw and then this one. And then you have a Slytherin. And Slytherin is a green. It's like a vibrant Kelly green. And of course, it's a snake. And that's all I'm going to say about that house because that's where he who should not be named came from. And also Draco Malfoy. But yes, that house has some characters in it. And then there's a Gryffindor. And this, of course, is my house. And this is also Harry Potter and Hermione Granger's. And Ron Weasley and his whole families. All of them came from the Gryffindor house. Sirius Black, all those ones. And even though I don't have it on the back, these are really, really, really nice. I mean, I love them. They're massive. And so maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably maybe... Next year, I might do a whole bunch of Harry Potter stuff for the whole year, just because I can, and maybe make out some rooms in my house with the different colors and get some different items. Yeah, anything to get my money, right? Oh my gosh! But it's the thrill of the hunt. It's the planning and the process and all that, guys. These cost $4.31, and as big as they are, that's a little over $1 a piece. I'm not mad, but they're massive. I mean, they're massive. Comment, let me know if you've forgotten, messed up with that as well. Okay, there's only there's 3 items here. So let me do this one first. And this is what I was thinking because I forgot about it. I got that Hawkins sweatshirt. But this is another pin. And this is the pin. This is what I wanted to get on a t-shirt, but I just couldn't get them in the plus size. And this just has the name Stranger Things. And I'm going to put this in my pin board. Stranger Things. Can y'all see that? Stranger Things. And that's just when you watch the show, it comes up like in little neon colors like from the 80s. And I just thought it was cute. This cost me $1.49. Okay, now I don't know why I paid $1.49 for it. I guess I just really, really wanted it because sometimes you get these things for under $1. But $1.49, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. So yeah, just some more iconic 80s kind of TV shows when it has something to do with mystery and horror and monsters. Yeah, I love it. I love it, love it. And I want you guys to comment and tell me what you guys like to watch when it comes, if you're not into horror stuff, what do you watch, you know, that you watch over and over again as the years pass? Like I do the Stranger Things. Okay, I'm going to show this one item, and then I'm going to show my last item. But this one item actually is supposed to be 2 items, and it's those blankets, and this is for my nephew and my niece, but I left the pink one upstairs. So I got a pink one that's exactly like this one, and I got this blue one, and this video won't go out before their birthday, so they're not going to see this. But my nephew, he loves blue. He stayed with me and his brothers. There's 4 of them. They stayed with me in my house and my sister's house for a while when they were younger. And I know all their colors, their quirkiness, what their favorite colors were. And I knew his favorite color was blue. His name is Jerry. And when I saw the blankets, I said, oh yeah, these. And I was going to wait, and I was just going to do a blanket for everybody for Christmas. But then I thought, that's going to be pricey, and they're not always on sale. And this one wasn't on sale either. But this one I got, and I did do the dimensions on this one. I checked it out before I got on there, because when I did my gray one, I didn't know what it was. This one's a 50 by 60 inches. Which is not the huge one. It's not the smallest one or the middle one. It's not the biggest one. It's the in-between one. But his, it is, this one's a little bit more thinner. I don't know what it is, if it's a different vendor. But it has his name all over it. And he's very slim, so this is going to be massive. It's going to be like a doggone bed cover for him. But it's got his name all over it. And this was not on the deal like I got with my gray one. This one was $16.87, which I usually, around their birthdays, on certain birthdays, I don't do it every year, I will kind of spend a little bit of money on one of them or 2 of them, because I have like 10 nieces and nephews plus my own kids, so it does rack up, guys. It racks up, and I can't really do it for every one of them, and some of them don't even want gifts. You don't know what to get them. I think that's so cool. And it comes in all the different blues. And I'm also going to give, and I didn't bring it down because I forgot, was that those musical lollipops. I ordered some of those for him, but I won't probably be able to show it because I'm going to be giving this to, they're having like a little birthday, because his birthday is the day after my niece's. And I got the pink one for her, same thing, the 50 by 60 inches, and her name is Destiny. And it's all over the whole blanket. And I may, if I get a chance to edit this and get it out on time, I may pop it in. And if I don't get it in this one, I probably might do like a little snippet of the birthday party or whatever. They're trying to do a paint, the painting kind of thing where you sit and paint and cut up. I don't know if that, and then if we don't do that, we're going to an escape room. And I'm kind of nervous, guys. I watched that movie, The Escape Room, since we're talking about kind of scary movies and stuff. That girl never got out of there, and all the people died. And I think about that too, and I'm like, do I want to go to an escape room? And I know that that's not going to happen. That's not real life, but it's enough to freak me out. So I don't know. I'll let you know what happens. But yeah, I did get 2 of the blankets. Hers was a little bit different. I want to say it was like $15.99 or $15.97. This one was $16.87, so his was a little bit more. I don't know why. I think I got them at 2 different times. But yeah, pink for hers and blue for him, because pink is her color. And I'm also giving her a bunch of little stuff that I've had that's hot pink and that pinky colors, and I'm going to put just like a big little pink surprise thing together, because she's the one girl. I don't have many. I have one niece. All the rest of them are guys, so I kind of really do spoil her. I really do. Okay, I digress. All right, so, and tell me if you spoil your nieces and nephews or your godchildren or your own kids, your grandkids, whatever. All right, well, these doggone neon signs are just blowing up in the feeds. I love them. You cannot find these things at these prices. So this one here is something I always say. I tell people all the time, if you don't come around me with this right here, then bye. I don't need it. What's that saying? I've got 99 problems and you are not one of them. That's another thing I used to say all the time, because I just don't want to be that drama person. I don't have time. I mean, I used to be upset all the time because about stuff, and I'm like, well, who cares? Does it matter? Is it even going to matter 10 years from now? No. So yeah, let me make sure there's nothing else in here. I guess that's it. And they have so many different designs. I mean, they got Don't Quit. I mean, you can even get one for Xmas. There's Cats, Hope, Chill, Oh Baby. I mean, all kinds, and you can't beat it. And it even gives you the different levels of what this one is. So this one is an F. So whatever that is, I guess is for the energy thing as far as having it plugged up. I didn't even really realize that. It is an LED neon sign. And if you did not see my last video where I got the one that said Kitty Street, that's like in a circle that's kind of a pinkish, You got to go check that video out, guys. It was awesome. I loved it. And I also got another one before I even knew about that one that says, "Welcome, foolish mortals," that I cannot wait to put up when I start decorating for Halloween. But this one says, "Good vibes." All right, I'm prepared. I have my little cube right here. And I don't remember what color this was. I think it's purple, or it might be blue. I never know. I just pick them out. I try to find the ones with the best prices, right? And I'll tell you what I paid for this one in a minute if I didn't already tell you. Let me pull it where I can see it. But this says "Good Vibes," and I love it. It says good. Well, I usually say "Good Vibes Only." I thought it had that on there. No, not right. Yeah, there's the price. So this one says "Good Vibes." And I usually say like "Good Vibes Only." And it also comes with a little handy dandy little remote that flips on and off. Now this one doesn't have a light up or not. It's just like a flip on or not, but it does have a longer cord. This is probably going to go in my office. Oh yeah, it's blue. It looks like a kind of a, maybe like a, yeah, it is blue. And so nice, guys. Good vibes. I love this. This is something that I would love to just, you know, look at and see. You know, like if I was doing like a little, you know, get together or a game night, maybe have this in a, you know, the bathroom or something, you know, where it's kind of chill when people walk in and they turn on the light and use the restroom or whatever. I think it's cool. And the best thing about this doggone light, $8.77. $8.77. Unheard of. Something like this on Amazon, just go check it out. I mean, I know the prices changed because TEMU came around and they just, you know, they mess up your prices on everything these days. Guys, I was blown away, and I'm just going to keep buying them. If I keep finding these things under $10, because you know, my daughter does events, and I told her about it, and she knows, she's, you know, told me to keep an eye on certain things for her. When they're under 10 and 20 bucks, especially if you get the bigger ones for $20, like that Kitty Street one was a little bit bigger than this, and you can, you know, personalize them. Now this one was already, you know, a name I picked because, like I said, the Good Vibes, and it's not doing any kind of justice, guys. It doesn't even look like it looks when I look at this. This is not spotty. It's very, you know, crystal clear, and it says what it wants to say, and I love it. $8.77. I love TEMU. I love TEMU, and I love their gadgets. I love their prices. Now, I know this video was a lot to do with like stuff that I wanted to show and stuff that, you know, may not be an interest to you guys. But we are getting into, you know, September, and then it'll be October. Before you know it, we're going to be blinking our eyes, and Halloween will be upon us. And so I wanted to get a couple of things that were iconic for me. I really, really love the prices on the things that I got. And I'm curious to know if you guys figured out what the Camp Crystal Lake is from. Comment, let me know. I don't even think I'm going to add it in here. And I'll do a pinned comment, you know, maybe after this video goes out, and see if you guys figured it out. But you already know that it's in New Jersey. All right. Okay, guys. $8.77 for these things. Unbelievable. And that's wrapping up this TEMU haul of my horror, 1980s horror classic, whatever you want to call it, I also want to throw in that I picked out this personalized sign I chose to do as subscribe. So definitely like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you can, check to make sure you're still subscribed. And again, if I didn't say it in the beginning of the video, you know I appreciate you spending your time with me. It's precious. I hope that you enjoyed the video. And if you're new, and you know I do a lot of talking, I know it can be off-putting for some people, but that's who I am. That's what I do. And if I didn't talk, I don't think you'd like it as much, at least in my opinion. With that said, yes, definitely click the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. It helps my channel grow. And I appreciate you, each and every one. And stay tuned, because I have some more TEMU hauls coming your way. And I think they're going to be fantastic. And I can't wait to get them ready for you guys. All right, I think I'm going to go jump on TEMU and see if I can find another neon sign to show you in the next one. All right, guys. Love you to pieces. See you soon.